Hey everybody, happy Friday to you. Thanks for being here with us on Northern Life, and a very happy Berkey week to everybody who celebrates.
Yeah, Berkey week, Berkey weekend. We finally made it. That's because today's the day. Our Northern News Now team is going to be live from the American Birkebeiner in Hayward, Wisconsin tonight. So if you saw us at noon, thanks for tuning in. And if you're watching us here at 12:30, hopefully you just saw our team there at noon. And also we're going to be there live at 4 and 5 o'clock as we'll be bringing you some great stories and the live looks from downtown Hayward, Wisconsin. I got to tell you, Briggs, honest thought right now, I've never actually been to the Birkebeiner. So this is my first time ever being in downtown Hayward for the American Birkebeiner race. So it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're going to be in for a treat. We were there a couple years ago when the race was able to actually end in Hayward like it's supposed to. And the atmosphere there is just wild. The amount of people who come into town for this race to cheer on athletes or just watch or they're skiing themselves is just incredible. And everybody is just so excited to get to the finish line because it's a long race. It's like over 30 miles, whether you're doing you know, Saturday's classic ski race or Saturday's, what's the other kind of skiing? Classic and skate.
Yeah, I mean, any of those
I need to
races.
learn more about skiing, clearly.
Good on you, because I think I've tried cross-country skiing like for 10 feet, and I couldn't do it. So the fact you guys are doing that for as long as you're doing it, congrats to you out there.
All right. Best of luck to the athletes, seriously. Well, unlike last year, the Nordic ski events in northern Wisconsin are finally getting some help from Mother Nature. Derek James visited Cable and Hayward to learn more about the Berkey's important economic impact to the region.
In the tiny town of Cable, Wisconsin, there are signs of American Birkebeiner pride everywhere. More
than just the prestige of having the event and that recognition, there's a lot of dollars that come in with that.
The Berkey, a cross-country ski marathon since 1973, is inspired by Norwegian lore. The race from Cable to Hayward brings in $27 million a year to the area.
It's really, really important for these businesses that have really been on a second bad year of outdoor recreation and tourism here in northern Wisconsin.
Last year's smaller, modified event was tough on businesses along both ends of the course.
Everyone took a big hit by stocking up, replenishing, gearing up for the 50th, only to have a no snow year and warm.
There was no traditional finish on the streets of downtown Hayward. Events took place on a 10-kilometer loop around the Cable trailhead, using stockpiled and manufactured snow, something that wasn't possible when the Birkebeiner was last canceled in 2017.
It was that year that actually prompted us into investing in machine-made snow. We've now spent almost $2.5 million in investing in that equipment because we know how important it is to have the event here.
They pulled off a miracle last year, and everyone was grateful.
As the largest race of its type, the Berkey brings 12,000 ski competitors and 25,000 spectators from all 50 states and 24 countries.
It gets them here longer, they stay here, they eat more, they drink more, they hang out more.
Business owners got the news they've been hoping for, that the Berkey will finish along these downtown streets.
Up north here in Berkey land, we still can pull it off. We can still have good snow. Like, it's magic out there right now.
In Hayward, Derek James, WCCO News.
It feels good to have the Birkebeiner back. And kind of before the show, we were kind of joking that there's two kinds of people out there. There's the people that are racing in the Berkey, and there's people who are cheering people on who are in the Berkey.
Count me in that second group. I'll be a spectator.
I'm not part of the first one. Those are some great athletes. Well, hey, as we get ready for the remainder of the weekend race, this is one of the best events. Took place last night downtown, perhaps Berkey Week's most fun event, the Berkey Giant Ski Race. It featured teams of 6 skiers competing in a thrilling race, all attached to a single pair of giant skis. And the giant ski racers competed in heats and hoping of advancing to the giant ski finals.
Oh my gosh, yeah, this is something to watch, I'll tell you. And talk about people who are coordinated and you know, good athletes. You got to have a pretty coordinated, good team to do well in this race because it just, the amount of like timing and precision it takes. There's the Nimrods. We've done a story about them in the past. Dan Wolf got to meet that team, and they're kind of a perennial powerhouse, you could say, of the giant ski race.
Rowing a boat together is hard enough. Trying to do that when you're attached at both feet together, that's a feat. That is a feat.
Kidding.
Well, hey, it's a great year for the region thanks to more snow, and it's also important to appreciate the return of normalcy for the Berkey here.
Yeah, let's head back in time to last year, 2024, with our former reporter Jack Wiedner to hear how people were feeling about the shortened course and last-minute changes.
There might not be much snow at this year's Berkey, but the stuff that is here is pretty slick. That combined with the closed course, has made for a high-energy Berkey 50.
Rare to go more than a few minutes without hearing a cowbell, and that's what we came for. Berkey Fever, man.
Truckloads of man-made snow were used to form a 10-kilometer looped track. Consequently, many races were shortened.
I mean, almost didn't make the trip, but after racing this morning, I was really glad to get out there.
Only the elite wave of skiers went the full 50 kilometers. Most athletes, like Russell Weatherly, did 30.
I feel a lot more energized with that extra 20K you lop off, but there's nothing like ending in Hayward. Hopefully we'll get back to it next year.
The race is not exactly what skiers like Weatherly expected when they signed up many months ago, but the event's half-century anniversary meant the show had to go on.
I don't think I would have come if this was any other year but the 50th. To have, wish it could have been the full thing, but have the celebration and the pomp and circumstance around it definitely made the decision a lot easier.
Due to the closed course, spectators like Heidi Vergerant got much closer to the action.
Different vibe being out here in the loop, but it's kind of fun. Pretty cool experience, and I'm glad they were able to pull something together.
Despite a lack of snow for this year's American Birkebeiner, there's no shortage of Berkey fever. In Cable, Jack Wiedner, Northern News Now.
Man, talk about the time and energy it must have taken to switch plans last minute like that and make all that snow, like we heard Ben Pop say there, man-made snow last year. Holy cow.
The millions of dollars, and good on them
Yeah.
for figuring it out and still having it last year. Like coming up, we remember our Northern Life trip to Hayward, Wisconsin, getting the chance to meet the city's wonderful small business owners. We'll see you in a little bit.
Welcome back, everybody. I think we can all agree our Northland towns are great because of the people here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that includes all of the small business owners out there.
And if you've been a longtime viewer, you'll remember we've been to Hayward as a team before. Let's walk down memory lane and meet just a few of the folks who are offering great products to those in Hayward.
This is all 2nd Street. We've got these really cool murals, a lot of important people in Hayward's history right along the wall here. These were all just put up in the last couple of years, actually. One of a local citizen, Stacy Hessel, commissioned an artist to do those things and did the fundraising. That's just really, really cool and have added to our downtown. And so let's head over here.
What? Your Lego set? Oh, no way!
Look at that.
That was the take us shot. That is so neat.
Wow.
Wow.
That's great.
Unbelievable.
Our shop is an opportunity for artists to work together and inspire each other and give support. And so we have 5 artist studios here, and we each are different in what we do, but we learn for each other. And our community is very diverse, and we want to make sure we have a healthy art community as well as a healthy Berkey community. Because when the Berkey energy starts, you feel it. And then we've got these Berkey nuts here with Legos.
You're the one behind the big old awesome display out there.
That's true. A coworker gave me a little figurine one Christmas just as a stocking stuffer, and I put that together and had fun and got a couple more and had more fun. And then one night I just woke up and started having these ideas of using it as a sculptural medium and making whatever I wanted to. And I usually put clocks into them because then you look at them more than once a day.
Art is just a happiness. And if you love doing it, you have to do it or you're emotionally disturbed. So this is our mental health, all right? But it's fun, you meet all kinds of people.
I was going to say, first off, what's the main smell we're smelling? It's fantastic.
I have soaps that are made right here in Wisconsin. And then sweetgrass and sage. I don't know if you guys have ever smelled sweetgrass, but feel free.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like simple. I grew up on the reservation here. I'm Lakudere Ojibwe, and I just wanted a spot for people to actually just have a space that felt good and represented, both my native indigenous side and my non-native side. So it's just kind of like a collaboration of me. I want to do good. I want people to continue what we have here, so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't see too many fly fishing shops locally. That's probably not a...
correct. There's not too many of them around.
This could catch me. If I was a fish, I would go for this one.
I'm biased in this, but the Midwest is up and coming in that realm. There's a lot of guys that are starting to look back east towards where we are now instead of going out west as it's been for so many years now. There's cool native fish. There's a lot of water. There's a lot of good public access to that water. And then the crowding issues that they're dealing with out west, people are just, it's not what it used to be.
I've never tried it before. I've always been too scared of what I'd break or what and it seems like it's a lot of motion that you got to do. So I'm very curious on how to do it. I'd love to learn someday, but that's cool. It's a cool art. Hello! It's a surprise! How are you doing? Beautiful. Probably a stupid question, but he takes these photos, right? So how does he get something like that? That's incredible.
The great that was up at the bog.
Okay.
We sat there. He sat in a tree for about an hour and a half sleeping. We were there. All of a sudden, he flew out and captured that shot. But it's a waiting game, so you just you sit and wait. And we try to get out there as much as we can.
This one. This is it.
A little bit of fox
and a butterfly. The patience you have to get this photo.
Probably like a big lens on
He has the Canon 600 f4, the $12,000 lens. That's what he uses when he shoots for wildlife.
Wow.
Get that on the budget. We've been in this spot for about 2.5 years now. And we've been in business altogether for about 4.5 years. I've been a tattoo artist for about 15 years now, and I've worked at all of the different shops that have been around here in the area. And I started down in Madison and then was up here, and I'm like, I kind of want to do my own thing. And
we just had Ryan get a tattoo on air. We surprised him.
It's a big tattoo.
All right.
Hey!
Smileys.
Look at that. Nice.
You don't see too many tattoo shops in smaller communities, so it's kind of cool to see something like this in this kind of community. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
And it doesn't have that kind of dark, scary biker vibe. Yeah.
Very nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you all.
Thanks for having us. Oh, I absolutely love Hayward, Wisconsin. I actually went to Hayward one time for a bachelor party. We stayed at a cabin kind of near the water. It's a lot of fun. It's a great city.
Yeah, great city in both the winter, the summer, and everywhere in between.
Yeah.
So much to do.
They can do all sorts of stuff. We went to the supper club, too, when we were there. We went to the theater that's in town. Plenty to do in Hayward, Wisconsin, and I'm sure it's just going to be absolutely popping this weekend with all the Berkey stuff that's going on.
That was a fun walk down memory lane.
It was.
Getting to revisit some of those businesses.
Very
cool. Coming up, another great Hayward resident is putting the city on the map for the masses on social media. We'll be right back after the break. If you're on social media, you know who the Northern Nerd is. I follow him. A lot of us here do. The Hayward native has an incredible online following and is using his platform to geek out about the Northwoods of Wisconsin.
We wanted to share a story our evening anchor Dan Wolf did a while back with them, highlighting how his social media presence is helping others find Hayward, Wisconsin on the map.
Meet Dalton Hessel, Hayward, Wisconsin's own social media star, sharing with the world what it's like living there, combining his videography skills and sense of humor.
Oh my gosh, it's muggy outside.
To amass nearly 35,000 followers across Instagram and Facebook.
First off, why we're in a
classroom? We caught up with Hessel at his place of work, a second-grade classroom where his life has truly come full circle.
It's just been nice to come back to my hometown community.
Hessel attended this very elementary school while growing up in Hayward. He would eventually leave for college, but returned after graduating in 2018.
I teach now with my second grade teacher that taught me, which was a little weird the first year. All right, second graders, here we go!
And while teaching is a career he loved from the start, Hessel still found himself needing ways to express his creativity.
And I was thinking, like, how can I try to create a platform where I can share stories, pictures, and things like that. And then I was like, well, I really like the Northwoods of Wisconsin. I like my hometown. I was like, I guess I'm kind of a nerd about that. And we're up north, so then that's kind of how the Northern Nerd came to be.
Hi, Dalton Hessel here from the Northern Nerd, and we've got some exciting news for you. The site launches tomorrow.
In April 2018, a website, podcast, and social media presence were born with an early focus on local art, local stories, and a community calendar. It resulted in a solid local following. But 2 years later, COVID sparked something of a Northern Nerd revolution.
Like during the pandemic, I downloaded TikTok. I was like, all right, I'll make some funny videos about the Northwoods and things like that.
And then you have the Nimrods who take giant skiing very seriously.
Videos like this bringing more visitors to town.
Maybe I have seen those people as they come and they're like, hey, I came here because of you.
Hey, this is Packers Spelling Test.
And while Hessel's commitment to community continues, it's hard not to notice an even softer side in recent posts.
Show the best view you saw in 2023. I will go first.
The Northern Nerd turned Hayward hometown hero, transforming into a digital age family man.
Here we go. Just showing my love for the area and getting to experience that with my daughter is something I'm really looking forward to. So the first time that she gets out on a set of skis, or the first time gets out on skates, and all those little things, but doing it in the place where I grew up.
She's going to be the next Northern Nerd.
Yeah, 2.0.
You know, I didn't even think of that, Briggs. Wells is growing up in the exact same place that you grew up.
I know, yeah. Isn't that kind of fun? I'm excited for that, for him to get to maybe go to the same schools as me or something. And I went to the same high school as my mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
How about
my
that?
parents are from the area, too.
Oh.
So, yeah, very cool to have the full generational experience. And I think Dan's right. She might be the next Northern Nerd 2.0, or at least the next generation of Northwoods lover.
He's always got some good videos. I know another one recently that kind of went a little viral was he was pretending to be one of his students waiting for the bus outside. It said 9 below 0, and he had a sweatshirt and shorts on and his socks with his flip-flops.
Why is it so true?
It's so true. It's such a Minnesota thing. I love nothing better than wearing a sweatshirt and shorts outside, and when it's not super, super cold, but just cold enough.
It's got to be 70 for me to get there.
Yeah, I'm fine around 0. 10 degrees, pretty good. We'll talk about next week's stories when we come back after the break here on Northern Life.
Welcome back, everybody. When we see you again on Monday, we're going to share our full experience from the other weekend back in Palo, Minnesota. Hunter and I take you down the hills from this year's Luskiainen Finnish Festival, learning all about the history of that event, too. I got to say, this is one of the scariest moments I think I've ever had at work. It was very daring of me to actually go down this hill, but it was fun.
Yeah,
I did it once.
I saw that GoPro video. You were zooming. You were zooming down that hill.
And then Hunter took a spill, so you'll have to tune in on.
Hunter's okay, as far as we know. Then on Tuesday, Hunter takes us to the Essentia Heritage Center here in Duluth. It is a great blindfold for you in store, showing off more of our winter sports skills that we may or may not have. Yeah.
This is definitely one that I knew what it was before I took my blindfold off, because you could hear the ice.
And let's just say there's a certain smell, too, when it comes to the sport we're going to be playing.
Very true. Once again, be sure to join us tonight at 4 and 5 live from Hayward, Wisconsin for the Berkey. And be sure to stop by and say hi if you see us out there. And if you're catching us at 6:30, you can head over to our website at northernnewsnow.com to find all our special reports and stories from the races today. And best of luck again to all the Berkey athletes this week.
It's going to be a great time. Well, thanks for joining us this week and today. We love you.
We'll see you on Monday. Have a great and relaxing weekend.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great Northwoods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great Northwoods. Yeah, we got the life in the great Northwoods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.